I'm Jason Hill. I graduated from Spalding in the spring of 2014, and I studied fiction. The road to the Spalding program was long and pretty complicated. I always written and always wanted to write, but then, you graduate from college and it becomes something where you have to make money. So I went to work and did various things and continued to write on the side. But then in the end, you have to come to a community where people are going to help you get better, and you can't always be writing alone. The biggest challenge coming into the program was simply producing the volume of work that a low residency program requires, which, turns out to be one of the biggest benefits. When you produce that many pages, you start to see things about your own writing that weren't apparent to you before. You start to notice things that you're doing correctly and things that you're doing too often or not enough. It's the 10,000 hour rule, right? The more time you spend doing something, the better you get, and at 10,000 hours, you're supposed to have mastered it. And it really is a matter of understanding your own process, getting comfortable with that, and then using that process to examine the work that you're producing and finding out where and how you work best and what it looks like when you're doing your best work. The Austin Review down in Texas is going to be publishing a short story I wrote called Alex Gary Changed His Status to Single, which is a story about Facebook told in the first person plural, and it uses visual elements, so like images from Facebook essentially as part of the storytelling. There was a very clear moment in the process of writing that story where suddenly the voice of the story changed in mid-sentence, and I recognized right away that's where it needed to be. And it was also the first time that I think that I understood what an experimental story, how it really works, because from that point on, things just seemed to be a little bit clearer to me. The most valuable thing that I walked away with are the friends and readers that you meet and the acceptance of ideas and the encouragement that you get. I don't think that most students who come here understand how welcome they're going to be made to feel by the staff, by the faculty, and by their peers. As writers, you're often very isolated, and you tend to think of yourself as sort of the outsider. Coming into a place where you could talk to people and mention a book or mention a writer and have them recognize it and become engaged with it was just eye-opening. It's the island of misfit toys. You get to come here and everybody belongs.